everybody. Welcome back to the MidMen podcast. I know that you missed us. It is me, Paul Shirey, one of your co-hosts, and I'm joined with your other co-host, Sean Coyle. Sean, how's it going, buddy?
Awesome. It's awesome. Thanks, Paul. Happy to be back, man.
It's good to be back. For those of you that are just joining us and have no idea what the hell you've just gotten yourself into, we did a full season of MidMen last
30.
year. That was our first season.
30 episodes, yeah.
30 episodes. That's pretty good overall. And a lot of people, they kind of do their, they do their little podcast run and they quit and that's it and they go away. But I'll be honest, Sean and myself have been friends since college, lifelong friends. I would say we have a very good bond. And this is, at this point in my life as a MidMen, it is more and more important to be able to connect with good people.
Yes.
And so for me, doing this podcast is kind of a way to just connect with my friend. And I thought, at the beginning of starting this, I thought, well, what if we shared that? What if we just kind of invited people along to kind of join in our conversations? And, frequently Sean and I would have very interesting conversations. I have that a lot with a lot of friends. And, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but my very select few good friends where we have these deep conversations. And I'm always like, man, I feel like we should be sharing this.
Yeah.
Maybe some conversations we shouldn't share, but some
because everybody needs to know what we talk about. Everybody wants to hear this. Yeah.
I mean, they need to hear it. Well, I think about it in terms of, for me, myself, it's like, I like to have interesting conversations. I like to have challenging conversations. I like to laugh a lot, and it's not that easy to find people to chat with. And to enjoy a conversation with. So that's what kind of what the MidMen podcast is. Now it's MidMen because we are middle-aged, dangerously close to not middle-aged.
Yeah.
But we wanted to talk about just everyday life issues, but also bigger things, crazier things. Last year we did an episode of the crazy shit we believe, and it was a lot of fun. Just kind of figuring out who we are in this crazy simulation called life on Earth as two middle-aged bros just getting through it.
And to know that people listening, that you're not alone.
Exactly.
Nobody's alone in this. Like everybody has their stories. Everybody's going through their own shit. Nobody's alone in the confusion and the pain and the joy and the just awesome wonder clusterfuck of life. It's, we're all in this. We're all in this together.
We're in it together. But I mean, that's a very true statement because, I think we all struggle. We all we all have our own little things that we're going through. And the older that we get, it's like every time we think we figured something out, it's like three more confusing things pop up. And you're like, fuck, dude, am I just never going to get ahead here? Am I just going to be perpetually one thing after another? And the answer is yes. In case you didn't know, I cracked the riddle. Let it be known. Yes, it's never going to stop. It will stop when you're dead.
It reminds me of those annoying Instagram videos where it's like, I have the cure for cancer in this video. In this video, if you keep watching till the very end, I'm going to expose the cure for cancer. But you got to watch until the very end where I'm going to expose the cure for cancer at the end of this video. And they never,
it's like 45 minutes and you're like, you're at a 20-minute mark and you're like, all right, I don't think this is going to happen. I don't know if I really want to know that bad.
But I've got the secret of life. If you just keep listening to the end of this show,
it's always some dumb fuck gimmick thing too, where they're like, basically just eat asparagus. Yeah. It's asparagus.
It's always asparagus.
It's always some dumbass thing like that though. It's always like, it's a dietary thing where it's like, you must stare at the sun directly for 45 seconds and then do 45 push-ups. And then dig your hand into your yard and whatever you come up with, immediately ingest it and you will cure all cancers.
I don't care if it's a penny or a rusty bottle cap.
And there's some motherfuckers out there. You're like, why is that guy across the street staring at the sun and pulling grass out of his yard? And
why is he walking funny? Yeah. Do you remember that
Well, like,
the Dana Carvey did that sketch on Saturday Night Live a long time ago where he was the grumpy old man? And he just came out and
sounds familiar.
he had like crazy hair and old man makeup, and he was just like, and his character was just grumpy old man, and he'd be like,
"Oh yeah,
in my day, we didn't have these fancy video games to keep us entertained. In my day, we just lie on our backs and we'd stare at the sun. And the first one that blinked lost, and sometimes you'd be there and you'd be like, oh man, now I'm blind because I've been staring at the sun all day, but I don't care. We liked it." He just goes on these rants. They're funny if you look those up.
Has Dana Carvey and Martin Short ever done a movie together?
Ooh.
Because I'll tell you, this is a weird thing. Because they're both short, goofy looking comedians.
Yes.
Every now and again, I kind of confuse them. It's like my brain wiring doesn't connect the two. I mean, it does very quickly, but it's like for a second, I'll be like, wait, is that Dana Carvey or is that Martin Short?
Yeah.
I always wonder if they've done a movie together. It's probably too late now. It would be interesting. Maybe they hate each other. How funny would that be?
Could be. That'd be.
They're like
amazing.
total enemies. They're like, man, fuck you, Martin Short.
Yeah.
No, fuck you, Dana Carvey. You Garth.
Just quick dive research here. It doesn't look like they've done anything, but if you're listening, and
that is wild.
Yeah.
It's probably too late.
I think that's the very like incestuous group too, right? All those like old SNL vets.
Yeah.
It feels like they always just cross-contaminated with each other.
Yeah, like you feel like at some point everybody worked with everybody.
Yeah.
Like they appeared in something.
They all hated Chevy Chase, apparently.
I didn't watch that documentary yet. My wife watched it, but I did not watch it yet. I kept meaning to, and then I just got away from me. But it looks like he was a real asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, is it, I mean, I don't know. Is it surprising?
Not really. I mean, I guess, and I've only seen the clips, but it's like, I guess I don't understand him. And maybe that's his point. He doesn't want you to understand him, right?
I think, like, for me, I've worked in the industry in over 20 years. There's a lot of assholes. Like, it's an industry built on assholes and ego. And that was happening long before I got into it. That was long before you and I were first introduced to movies and stuff like that. And it's just,
sure.
And all the stuff that's come out now about certain people, it is no surprise to learn that, like, what, Hollywood's full of disreputable assholes?
What? I don't get it.
But I obsess about their every move. Yeah.
You see some people that just seem like genuinely nice too. Guys like Hugh Jackman, who I've interviewed and talked to before. And he was, again, it was a very short interaction.
Yeah.
But he was super nice, like, and very friendly. And I see like guys like Chris Pratt, like seems like he's just, always very grateful. And I feel like the people that came from humble beginnings tend to be that way. Not always, but they do. I mean, Pratt was selling fucking door-to-door insurance in Hawaii. Like, like we all come from different places before you get to those, to the higher realms of your career. And I think that it does teach you some humility,
which is funny because
you can remember it.
If you asked me to trade, like, would I trade what I'm doing now to sell insurance door to door in Hawaii? I'd be like, yeah, okay. Sure.
Damn. Has it gotten that bad?
Yes.
Oh, that sucks.
Yes, it has.
I mean, you'd be in Hawaii.
Yeah, right? I mean, you're outside all day. I don't know.
I think George Clooney sold insurance too. Like, we've all done weird shit.
Absolutely.
I was going through. So for those of you that are just joining us, Sean and I we've been in the industry in various positions, however you want to term it. Sean's been more on the creative end. He is. Would you say, are you co-creator of Puppy Dog Pals? What is your credit for that?
Yeah, so I'm credited as executive producer. So the original idea was created by comedian Harland Williams.
Oh, Harland. Okay, that's because he had pugs.
Yeah, he had pugs, and they were based off of like his own dogs. But then between him and myself, collaboratively and collectively, it evolved into this whole other new thing. So. Are
you friends with him still, or do you talk to him ever, or it was just kind of a creative?
No, we don't really talk, but
collab.
I mean, like every now and then, maybe just be like, "Hey, Merry Christmas," kind of text or something like that. But yeah, he's a cool dude. Like he's one of, like you're saying with Chris Pratt. He was one of those people where I think he's just a funny dude who understands to be grateful in the position that he was in, and
Sure.
just wants to make people laugh and loves working on weird stuff and fun stuff and creating stuff, and was fortunate to be able to do it, and is still doing it. Like, he's still working on stuff, but
Well, he kind of he went from being like on camera, kind of more behind the scenes with his work. Yeah. Like, I don't know what he's doing.
yeah, I mean, I know he still does a lot of voiceover work, and he'll
Like
still
voiceover stuff. I
still
remember he did
appear
like the
and
Rocket
stuff.
Man. Was it Rocket Man?
Oh yeah,
movie?
yeah,
Rocket-
that was like his big thing. Yeah,
That was like, I remember seeing the trailer for that, and they like announced his name, and he does like the scream, and it was really funny. He's
yeah,
like, "Ah!"
yeah. No, he was a
thought that was funny.
fun dude to be around.
And then he drank the pee pee.
It's because when I met with him the first time, this was when I was just a candidate for the job. I had to meet with him and the heads of Disney Junior over there, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get this job or if I'm going to ever get a chance to meet you again, but you got to know that 7-minute abs is just something that lives on. Red free, like, it's always there. It's always one of those things that pops up.
If anything comes up like with a 7 minutes, or if you say 7 minutes,
yeah,
that immediately pops out of my mouth. Like as soon as you say it, like, oh, I don't know, it's like 7 minutes. I'm like, but I'll do the whole thing. I'm like, not 6, 7.
7 little chipmunks twirling on a branch, eating lots of sunflowers on my uncle's ranch. You know the old nurse.
You step into my office because you're fucking fired.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Anyways, but you were responsible for a lot of the Puppy Dog Pals lore.
Yeah,
in that way. Like you created,
absolutely.
You and Brian Hall was part of it.
Yeah, Brian Hall was one of our writers.
And it's time for the Brian Hall shout out.
Oh, well played. I didn't see that one coming. Okay.
There it is.
Yeah.
So Brian Hall.
Yeah.
Brian Hall is he's a true friend of the show.
He's the real
We
treat
love
of
Brian
the movie.
Hall. Brian Hall is another one of our group who has, he's gone on to do great things in the industry. And he's just a cool guy. I love Brian Hall.
Yeah.
He has guest hosted last year on the show, and he was on our finale episode, and he'll be back for season 2. He doesn't know it yet. Brian, you're coming back, bro.
You're coming back. And we should also give a shout out to Brian's podcast. Brian and our pal Zachy do a podcast called the Movie Film Podcast, which is approaching
fuck them.
350 episodes or something crazy. They're
wow.
Those guys just keep going.
They have definitely held on.
Those guys have no lives. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm proud of those guys. They do good stuff.
But maybe for this season, if we want listeners to write in, like we can sing their name on the airwaves as well. Like
I'm not doing that.
No, just Brian Hall. All right,
Brian Hall.
I tried.
Sean tried, but I'm not doing.
Don't contact the show.
You can leave us a 5-star review. That's the best way to contact.
You'll get nothing in return. Yes,
you will continue to get free episodes. You're welcome. So Sean, you've worked on tons of stuff. You worked on movies, you've worked on shows, and you're currently working on the Iron Man show.
Yeah. So there's
I don't know what they keep changing the name.
Yeah, right now it's Iron Man and his awesome friends. So it's an offshoot. There was this the Spider-Man cartoon, Spider-Man and his amazing friends, which is hugely popular, and so we are sort of expanding the Marvel preschool animated universe.
And it's Tony Stark Iron Man, right?
Yeah.
How do they keep doing that? They just need to bring him back in the MCU. They shouldn't have killed him.
Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if this December all your questions will be answered. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, he's coming back at least as Doctor Doom, or so they say. But who knows how that's going to work? Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And then I worked for JoBlo.com for 8 years as editor-in-chief. And then I worked for Screen Rant for a miserable year. And now I'm doing my own thing. And you could currently read my book, which I'm releasing by chapter, Confessions of a Movie Blogger, which talks about all of that shit.
Available on Substack.
I thought it would be fun to do it that way rather than just drop the book. I thought it would be cool to kind of do it as a almost like like kind of revisiting those roots by doing like a post a week, basically a chapter a week, but then not just giving you the post, because that's just kind of like, hey, here's the dump, here's the post, but also I read each chapter so you can hear me read it if you're interested.
Which is well worth it. It is well worth. I listened to you tell me your story.
And I'm so grateful to like the people that have shown their support for it. And that's just been really cool to have that. And it's been a lot of like my close friends, like Sean and Zachy, and then people that I, did not expect. Rob Liefeld has pimped it as well.
Dude, really?
So he's actually a subscriber as well, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's it's been interesting. And we're at chapter 10, so there's 20 more chapters to go, and it's just been fun. And it's been interesting. I've learned a lot just kind of doing it this way. Mm-hmm. And, when it's all said and done, when it's over, I will release a published, full volume. So people can just read it that way or listen to it, because it'll be on audiobook as well. And the reason I do audiobook is because I listen to books. Yeah. Like I've gotten to the point now where, I used to sit down and read, and it's like, but now society has become such a multitask society. It's difficult for me to just sit in a chair and just read.
It's exhausting
anymore.
In a weird way.
I don't know if it's necessarily exhausting. It's just that it's hard to, and maybe this is a bad byproduct of technology, in that like sitting still and not doing a bunch of things at once feels like you're wasting your life.
It's hard to switch off,
because you know of all the things that you can be doing as well. So it's like, I could listen to a book while I'm on the treadmill. I can listen to a book while I'm drawing. I can listen to a book while I'm doing all these other things.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not going to say, 100% if it's the natural evolution of things and that's a good thing because we do more stuff, or if it's, just a bad byproduct of our short attention spans. I don't know. But I listen to my books at this point. I do still read some as well, but mostly listen. So that's why I was like, well, I'll offer that as well, because I think that I look for that.
Yeah.
And my wife does too. She was like, when I told her I was doing, she's like, well, can I listen to it? And I was like, yeah, you can. So anyway.
Have you seen there's a video going around right now. A couple of different people in different circles have sent it to me. It's this AI created video where it's these kids from the 90s that are talking to the camera, and they're saying like
talking about riding their bikes.
So in the future, like, you guys have strangers deliver food to your house, and then you have to like grade the stranger. And like in the future, you don't have like actual music. You just like pay to borrow music. And if you stop paying, like all your music's gone. And then it goes like through all these different things. But the one that like actually tugged at my heartstrings, there was this, like near the end of the video, there's a kid who's like, but you guys still just hang out outside until the streetlights come on, right? And then he wistfully looks up at the streetlight. I'm just like, oh man.
Yeah, I have seen that video. Yeah, it is. It's when you put things in perspective, it's very, I don't want to say interesting. That's a boring word for it. It's
Take me
more
back.
than that. It's nostalgic in a way, but it's like sad nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's like when you think about the last time that you ever pick your kids up, last time you ever hold their hands,
Yeah.
You don't really know. You don't get a notice. You don't get a text like, hey, this is the last time you're holding your kid's hand.
Yeah.
Nobody tells you. It just changes,
Yeah.
And it is a little, it's sad for us. And I think it's sad for every generation as they get older, as they see things change and grow and technology advance. And even if things are better, they still look back and they're like, oh man,
is it
it actually wasn't bad before, it was fine.
Yeah.
So, that's where I kind of like, that's why I don't sit here and be like, oh, you're a fucking idiot if you're not listening to your books, because that's the way to go. I'm like, I don't know that that's necessarily the right way. It's just the way that I use, ultimately to maximize my time. Yeah. And I love to read. I am so hungry for information and learning. And the more that I read and the more that I invest in that, like I'm always and I've read since high school. I've always had a book, and I'm like, fuck, I should have read more. Like, I always see that. I'm like, I wish I'd read this. I wish I would have read this before. I wish I would have read this before. I wish I would have read this before. Which brings us to kind of the topic of the show, really.
Yeah.
So for the show, we like to kind of focus on one main topic and then maybe a subtopic, and then we'll have a little fun.
Yeah.
Have a little fun at the end, you know?
Yeah. Play games and stuff. I don't know.
Play some game, mostly because sometimes we get a little dark and we got to reel it back. You're like, fuck. But one of the things, and we had talked. So Sean and I took a break. We did our Christmas episode, so now it's at the end of March. So we've had a nice break in between seasons. And you know, one of the things that you had reached out to me about, something about, you know, I don't know if it was like about starting over, but it was something about careers and stuff like that. Yeah. And I was just thinking, you know, because, you know, right now I'm in a period of reinvention.
Yes.
And it's a struggle. That's just the reality of it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is a struggle. It's not something where you just flip a switch and you're like, oh shit, well, here I am. Now I'm this. You identify what you're doing and what your intent is and, you know, all that other stuff, but it's not handed to you on a silver platter. Right. So I think the thing is, the main topic here is it too late to start over? And
yes,
I think
it's
a nuance.
Sorry. Sorry, we're going to discuss. We're sorry.
It's a nuanced question because I don't necessarily think it's a yes or no question. No, it's more of it depends. So looking at my own life, I've worked a myriad of jobs. Sean, I know you've worked a myriad. I think we did a jobs episode where we talked about all the jobs we worked.
Yeah.
But into your 30s, 40s, and 50s, those are significant years. That's kind of like your big, you know, the big show, if you will. But it graduates. Like I went from my 20s to my 30s in the military. Right. And then my 30s to my 40s in entertainment journalism. And now my 40s, well, I was still kind of into my mid 40s. So I get a little five-year window there to add on. But you know, between now and heading into my 50s, this is yet another shift for me.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people would not want to face that. And that it's too much. Like, and I think a lot of people would look at that as like, it's too late. It's too late. I've already invested X amount of years in a company or a specific trade or whatever. It's too late to do anything. And I think a lot of that has to do with money. Yeah. Right. Like a lot of people, they have families. Yeah. You got families you got to take care of. You got kids you're putting through school and you know, their extracurricular activities and, you know, just putting clothes on their back and paying for their, you know, Fortnite skins and everything. Kids are expensive. Yeah. In case if you're listening to this and you don't have kids, I assure you, yard apes are very expensive. So, you know, there's that aspect as well. But I will say, you know, one of the things I think about when I think about change in that way is the movie with George Clooney. Why am I not thinking the name all of a sudden?
From Dusk Till Dawn.
No.
The Decemberists. Ocean's 8.
No, my God, why is my brain broken? The one where he's like fires people.
Oh, yeah, Up in the Air.
Up in the Air. There it is. Yeah. I actually love that movie, but obviously you could tell because I can't remember the title. But I think of the scene with J.K. Simmons,
right,
where George Clooney fires him. So that's his job. He flies all over and he fires people. Like that's his job, at a corporate level. And he has to fire J.K. Simmons, who is, I don't even know what the job was, some random ass corporate job. Mm-hmm. And J.K. Simmons is pissed, right? Like he's an older guy and he's like, you know, this is fucking bullshit. Fuck you, blah, blah, blah. And George Clooney because he's a smooth operator, man. Like he does this for a living, right? He pulls out the guy's resume and he's like, it's like, you went to this college and you took French culinary cuisine or something. Like that was your major. That was your passion. And the guy's like, yeah. So, and he's like, so you're not a whatever that job was. He's like, you're a chef. And he's like, how much did they pay you to give up on your dream? And then he like says the number. He's like, it was like 40,000 a year. And he's like, it's not too late for you to find your passion and do your thing. Like you could still do that. So, he's like sitting there fighting, and it's a great point because J.K. Simmons is what he's really angry about is just losing that security. He's angry about losing the paycheck. Yeah. Right. He's not really angry about the job because he doesn't give a shit about the job. Right. It's a paycheck and he's not trying to do anything else because probably in his mind, it's too risky. It's too much of a risk.
Right.
And so he's ultimately fighting and and he's angry over keeping this job that he hates or doesn't, or at best could give two shits about.
Right.
And so I think it's a tremendous point where, just to stop and think about that, like in that moment, he is fighting for a job that he doesn't really want, never really wanted. And it kind of seduced him into a regular paycheck like it does billions of people every year. Mm-hmm. And it keeps you basically trapped because it's like, well, what the fuck are you going to do? You got a family to feed. You can't just go take risks and just go do this and do that. Just do whatever the fuck you want. No, you're mine. You do what I say, And here he is, ironically, angry that he's losing that, right? So I always think of that scene. I think of it all the time. When I think about being able to reinvent yourself and to change yourself. Right. And I think this is where we lose ourselves frequently is we forget who we were when we were younger. And we kind of rationalize that away, saying, well, I was young, I was dumb, I was stupid. I was like, well, you were also passionate, and you were inspired, and you were hungry. Like, what happened? Like, what did you give up? And it does get harder as you get older to maintain that kind of momentum. But I think I know for me, I can only speak for myself. Like, I just can't imagine it being any other way because I don't know if it's because, I gave 10 years of my life to the Army where I had no choice. I was government property, right. And I look at that and I'm like, but I chose that, I volunteered as tribute for the Army. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll let people try to kill me and go through all the misery and craziness that is the military. But, I think that, even while I was in the military, it was still a thing of, I kept constantly being pulled back to the things that I loved, even while I was there, even when I said, I'm going to take this journey because I had to find out, and I always think that people should follow their passions, but even when you're following your passions, you may find yourself still called back to certain things. Right. If I'm in the Army. I think I talked about this in my book where I'm in basic training and they're like, hey, we need somebody to paint a mural and make t-shirts and do all the artistic shit. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I did. And it was like, here I am, like everybody else is cleaning the fucking, the barracks and shining their boots. And I'm painting fucking Spartan warriors on a wall, it's crazy. And I remember just thinking like, here I am trying to be like chasing the life as a badass paratrooper. And my drill sergeant is taking me to fucking Hobby Lobby to buy paint brushes. Like, if that's not irony, I don't know what is. I think all of life is irony. I use irony. I throw that term around a lot because everything is fucking ironic. Like everything contradicts everything. That's just kind of where I'm at life.
Except the Alanis Morissette song, which I don't think has anything to do with irony.
Well, I mean, black flies in your Chardonnay, I guess. Is that ironic?
That wasn't the critique ironic. Of that song at the time. It was like, it's ironic, gross. But nothing you're saying is ironic. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not really ironic. It's more like
10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. It's like,
isn't that ironic?
Don't you think? Like rain on your wedding day. That's just bad luck. Anyway.
So, I mean, that's kind of the broad stroke of, is it too late to start over? I personally believe that, again, I think it's a nuanced thing. I don't think it's a yes or no thing. Although I would say no, it's not too late to start over. And I don't think it's too late to start over at any age. Now, do I think there's limitations? Absolutely. You know, like if you're 75 and you're like, I want to be a pro baseball player.
Dude, I was just going to use that example and you said it as I was thinking it. That's
crazy. I'm not saying, look, I'm not saying that things aren't possible and that they couldn't, like some crazy circumstance couldn't happen. But the odds are so far stacked against you at that point.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to happen. Okay. You know, that's just like stepping out of it. But, you know, let's use the example from up in the air. You're 45 or 50 and you've worked a corporate job for 20 years and your passion is cooking and you decide, I'm going to quit this fucking job and I'm just going to go cook. Is it a risk? Of course. Of course it is. Let's say you have 3 kids. Okay. They're varying ages. And you got to, you know, take care of them. Sure. Okay. But this is where I deviate on that is, what do you tell your kids?
Right.
Do you say, hey, like chase your dreams and your passions and do all these things so that, you know, it can all happen for you? And your kids are gonna be like, well, what about you, Dad? And if you're like, well, it's too late for me. Like, and I can't because I have to do this for you. Do you know what your kids are going to think? They're going to think they're probably going to be angry with you. They're like, well, that's bullshit. Like,
Daddy drinks because you need an e-bike. Yeah. There's your answer.
Daddy carries the canary into the coal mine so that you could have an e-scooter and drink a pink drink from Starbucks every day, you little fuckwit. But I think mostly like the example that you're setting your kids is kind of like, yeah, you could be a success. I'm fucked. Like, don't worry about me. My dreams are dead, just like my soul. But for you, everything can happen. I think leading by example is very important for your kids because you may not think that they're really watching you. And I think I sometimes think that. I don't, but I know that my son shows me that he's watching me in very subtle ways, usually through mimicry in strange ways. Like
Right.
So like I whiteboard things. I'm a whiteboard guy. Like I always have a whiteboard right in front of me and I make lists and I hang, like right now, everybody's out of the house. My wife is out of town, no kids. I'm like, I got to lock in. I made this to-do execution list. I have it taped up on my cupboard right now and I'm checking shit off as I do it, you know? That's just kind of how I am.
So 1 through 20, pornography.
Jack off. That's Monday. But like I went into my kid's room and he has a whiteboard up and he's got, you know, it's almost like reading my own writing from that time period.
Yeah.
You know, of him like writing down shit that he wants to do and accomplish. That's learned behavior. He didn't, you know, and I don't think that's transferred through DNA. He's just seen me do it my whole life, his whole life.
Yeah.
And so he's mimicking that. What I want is for him to mimic, to do that, to mimic things that will help him, and find his way. But, you know, we've talked about this on the show before. I believe that we have to follow our own path because you can only live with the excuse of, well, I can't do things for me because I have kids. And I'm like, I feel like that's just a bad practice overall. And like your kids, they're going to grow up and they're going to have their own kids. It's like that. Is that how you want them to raise your grandkids? You know, in that same way, like, hey, just go work a shit job that you hate and try and make things better for them. And maybe we'll get there someday. Maybe we'll get there like 5 generations down the line.
Yeah.
But like, I think about that. Like I'm, you know, dangerously close to being an empty nester. And it's like, you know, I don't think that my son will stop being close to me, but he's going to go live his life. You know, it's not going to be like where he's in my house, you know?
Yeah.
We'll see each other. We'll talk to each other. We'll probably have some amazing times and amazing conversations, but it's another shift. And what I'm left with is my life. And I firmly believe in the common saying, which is born alone, die alone. And I think that you have to keep that in mind throughout life. Like you're not going down with Titanic. You're going down with yourself, and that's it. Like you ain't taking a whole fucking ship with you. Like you come into this world and then you're going to exit this world, and it's going to be your experience. Like you are the main player in this video game. And I think that if you don't stop and think about your journey, and you're always thinking about everybody else's journey, I think it's going to be a bad time for you. Like you're not going to fulfill the things that you want to do because you never gave yourself the chance, you know? And I'm not saying any of that is, it's easy to do or perfect. It's not, but, I think about, one day you're gonna be on your deathbed. You're gonna be like, did I do everything I could have done? Did I do the best? No matter what, you're probably going to be like, I fell short. I spent too much time doing this. I fucked around with this. Shouldn't have done that, blah, blah, blah. But if the good outweighs the bad, I think you'd be like, but I did pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
I took those chances. I took those risks. I put myself out there and I gave it my all. I did the best that I could. But I think a lot of people, they probably feel like, yeah, I could have done better. I could have done something.
Yes and no, I think. You touched on it just at the end there where you're saying like overall the good outweighs the bad. And I think that's sort of like almost like the weird goal we all have in life is just cherish the good times, try to let the bad times go, and, appreciate all the good things in your life. I think it's really effed up and contradictory to what human beings were meant for, that civilization is based all around like wealth and money.
Yeah.
To the point where like, I don't think we were put on this earth to just work and get by and be boxed in from, between the hours of 9 and 5 every day and sit in a cubicle or sit in a coal mine or sit in a UPS truck or whatever your box is. Like, I don't think we were meant to be boxed in. I think human beings were meant to explore and to socialize and to connect and to lift each other up and to inspire each other. And I think there's this whole beauty of life and experiences that are being suppressed. And then every now and then you run into these people, usually older people, that seem to have just figured it all out, where they're like, the key to life is just don't worry so much, and and these are the people that are like, they're taking their vacations and they're living up their golden years and all this kind of stuff. And to that, I feel like more often than not, when you talk to people that are retirees or people that are close to the end of their life, their advice is usually always the same. It's some form of like, don't take life too seriously. Don't let opportunities slip you by. Enjoy every minute. Just focusing on enjoying every minute. And that's easy just to be like, it's just words in one ear and out the other. But I think we really need to stop and listen to that advice more often.
I agree.
Because like for me personally, I'm in a spot where I'm very grateful to be in the position I'm in, and I'm working a job that is creative, and I've been working in an industry that's creative for a long time. But I'm also in a situation where the industry has changed quite a bit, and with change, unfortunately, what in the sort of small corner of the entertainment industry that I am, it's become almost too formulaic and too, like people are afraid to take creative risks now. And it reaches a point where the job stops giving back all the energy and the, all the time and the pieces of yourself that you're giving into it. You're not getting anything back in return. And so I'm in a situation where I'm like, I wake up every day almost feeling like, how much longer do I want to deal with this? Or do I want to deal with certain people? Or how much longer do I want to be putting my own ideas and my own projects and things like that on the back burner? Because like we all know, like we're not getting younger. Time doesn't go backwards yet.
Nope.
As far as we know. But yeah, like it comes down to those that I think for me and for a lot of people, it's that thing. It's fear. And that number one fear, I'd say 99.999% is all about like, well, fuck, I can't afford to not be working right now. I can't afford for the paychecks not to be coming in. And sometimes that is so frustratingly apparent that it just makes me think of it. It gets me more agitated than anything else because I feel like it's almost by design where it's like, no, everybody just stay in your place. Be squashed down, do your thing, and we'll teach you this whole thing about like, just appreciate the good things. It's like, no, I think there's more. There's way more than just appreciating the good things that this life, that all of our lives are capable of. But it's a
Well,
lot.
I
It's a
would
lot
say
to try to get past the fear and to break the system and to break the mold and to make it work for you and all that stuff. That is a daunting task.
it is.
Yeah.
Like I said, for me, it's it's scary. Like I'm in a place right now where I'm pushing all my creative endeavors out.
Mhm.
I'm no longer, but I'm not waiting. Like I'm not waiting for somebody to give me permission. And I'm taking full advantage of where we are technologically now.
Right.
Um, I don't have to. So like the number one movie at the box office right now is Project Hail Mary. Great movie. Great book, even better book. The audiobook is amazing. Written by Andy Weir, who wrote The Martian. That was the book that launched his career. Um, he wrote on a similar thing. He did like a Substack type thing, and he put The Martian up without any traditional publishing anything. And he actually put it up. He wanted to just give it away for free, but they made him set a price, and he sold it for 99 cents per copy.
The
And
audiobook?
it blew the actual book
Oh, okay.
on
Okay.
like a Kindle type thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it just took off. It found its audience. It's found its people.
Yeah.
And here we are. He's a producer on Project Hail Mary. It's he bet on himself. He gambled on himself.
Yeah.
And he didn't ask permission. And I'm not saying that everybody that does that is going to have the same level of success, but maybe you will.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing. If you don't try, you absolutely will never know.
Right.
Yeah, because it goes back to the old the sports analogy thing. You make zero shots you don't take.
Right.
Some say it's Wayne Gretzky or Michael Jordan. That doesn't fucking matter. It's a very true statement. Because you will never know, and that is purely how I operate. Which is, for one, I don't want to live any other way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's kind of a selfish thing, or I don't really know. I don't really care,
selfish,
to be honest. No. Like, I just don't have it in me. Like I've worked the fucking cubicle jobs. I've worked every fucking job. And I'm just, at this point in my life, I'm pushing 50. I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not. But here's where that comes. You say, well, that's easy to fucking say. You have VA disability. Well, I mean, was in the Army for 10 years and, watched my friends die and people tried to kill me. I don't know why everybody's not getting in on this hack, but, yeah, that is something that I have. And I recognize that and I take full fucking advantage of that. But I'm not wealthy. I'm not like swimming in cash. Like, we struggle to pay bills. We struggle to do certain things. And the absolute reality is, look, I have 2 college degrees. There's plenty of jobs I could get to make. I could be making 6, who knows, maybe even 7 figures at some corporate bullshit job.
Yeah.
I have no desire to do that. I just don't, because I know that I would be that J.K. Simmons guy. I would be staring down the barrel of 50 and being like, I hate my life.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I have a jet ski. Great. I have a fucking, I got a Ferrari. I have all these things. Like, these are things, none of which, by the way, you get to keep. I don't know if you know this or not. And this is my life philosophy as well, which is that we're renting everything. And this is all temporary. Everything you own right now is temporary. You don't get to keep it. When you die, your stuff is somebody else's problem.
Nuh-uh.
That's it.
I'm driving my Hummer straight through the pearly gates.
Like, I'm taking it.
With a trunk full of G.I. Joes.
I want all my figures. They're all coming with me. Where did my camera just zoom in? Did you see that?
Yeah,
it's like doing a smart zoom. Why is it doing it?
It's dramatic.
Be dumb.
Yeah.
I want a dumb zoom. That was weird.
It was, yeah.
Like, look, you don't get to take it with you now. But here's the thing. I will say, I like money. Like, I like to have it. I like to spend it. I like to have cool things. But that's up to me. Like, I can, I set that tone. I set that pattern. I don't have to have Elon Musk money to be happy. And if I did, who knows if I would? Probably the more money you have like that, you'd be miserable. But I like it. I want more of it. But that's not why I live. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not living for that. It's like, well, I want it. Hopefully, it's, I'm doing things that would stimulate some money my way, but I'm not counting on it. I'm not like, oh, if I don't make X amount of dollars, I'm a failure. It's like, I just want to live my life, like,
Yeah.
and enjoy my life. And we're all going to have to go through some shit, me, you, everybody. So you want to I just want to have enough to do the things that I want to do. And really, I don't want any more than that. Like, I don't need MC Hammer gold plated sinks. Like, I just don't.
Isn't it interesting how we are almost programmed to use gratitude to accept complacency? Where, like, for example, like if there's something you really want, or if they're like, I'll use myself as an example again. It's like, I want more out of this life in terms of where my professional career is going, right? Like, I want to be earning more money. I want to be doing it on my own terms, whatever. And when that doesn't happen, right? Like, I've got goals in mind when those goals are not achievable, or like, I want to take something even more superficial. Like, I want to take a trip to Ireland. Oh, but I don't have time, whatever. But you know what? Like, I really only need my family and my friends to be happy, right? Like, we can always come back to this point of like I didn't get the thing that I want or that I sought out to get, but really all I need are these 1, 2, 3 things to really truly make me happy. Those are the only things that matter. And I think that's true. Like, I do think that, like, I'm a firm believer in like, all I really do need is that I do need the love of my family and my friends, and like all those simple things are the sort of keystones of life. But I think that we sometimes use that idea of gratitude to sort of hide or like accept the fact that like we're just either too tired to continue to reach for those, those bigger heights and those goals that we want, or to just accept defeat in a weird way, right? And I'm a full believer in gratitude. Like, I think the more gratitude you put out into the world, I think you get that. I think that you get that stuff back in spades. But yeah, like, it's this weird, almost sort of programming feeling where it's like, I got goals in mind. I tried. I didn't get there, but hey, like we said before, like, yeah, but things are pretty good, even though I didn't get the thing I want. So what's keeping us from continuing the fight and continuing to reach for those goals and continuing to improve our situation? I ask you, Paul, what do you think is keeping us from that? It's just fear. It all comes down to fear.
Plain and simple, it's fear. Yeah. People are afraid. You're afraid to take a risk. I'm not saying you specifically. I'm just saying in general.
No, I am sometimes. Yeah, for sure.
Afraid to take a risk. Afraid to lose money. Afraid you won't be able to take care of your family. Afraid you'll fail. I think fear of failure is probably the biggest. You're afraid that if you take that risk, you do all these things, you get people to believe in you, and then you fail. And then you're like, you're afraid of how people will see you. Like, we are in a very, very, very socialized kind of environment. Being ostracized from society, whether you admit it or not, is one of the biggest fears that human beings face. We are a societal race of people, of creatures, whatever you want to call us.
Yeah.
Alien husks, whatever the fuck we are. But fear of failure. And that is one of the things that I have toiled with, right? Like, from putting my book out there. I'm not making a lot of money right now. Like, I make like a little bit. But I also know that, I think we live in this, especially today, we live in this world where we see these overnight success people, right? Or we see
sure.
People on these assholes on YouTube that are driving Lamborghinis, that are 22 years old, and you're like, it's disheartening in a way, and you're like, and I'm sure you've seen the memes too, where you see like the guy, like it's usually a clip from a movie, and they're like looking really, down and out. And they're like, me getting ready to go to work so that I can afford to buy my kid Fortnite skins or whatever.
Yeah.
And, you tend to look at that and you get disheartened, but like, everybody is on their own path and their own journey. And I know that, again, that's another one of those things like, no shit. But it's one of those things, just like you said, like, you do need to stop and kind of like really listen, because that is the truth. What I'm doing doesn't have anything to do with you. What you're doing doesn't have anything to do with me. Like, we can talk to each other, we can inspire each other, we can, support each other, But at the end of the day, this is your journey and this is my journey, and I am responsible for it. So the things that I want may not be the things that you want. Maybe it's not okay for me to not have a Ford Raptor black with red trim. That's what I want. And I'm going to get it. Like, and I think that's mindset too, where we tend to think, well, if I don't get it, as soon as you give yourself that out, you're going to take it.
Yeah.
Because it frees you.
Yeah.
It frees you from doing the work. It frees you from taking the risk. It frees you from taking the chance or facing social ostracization because you took that risk, because you had to have that Ford Raptor R black with red trim. You had to have it. And you didn't get it. Ha ha. Like, that's kind of what we think in our heads, right? We're like, you're going to fail. It's like what the little fat kid in A League of Their Own. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. It's like that little fat kid is in all of our heads.
Yeah.
Like, he lives there rent free. And we listen to him way too much. Yeah. What we need to do is be Tom Hanks and throw the fucking baseball mitt in his face.
And then laugh at him.
That's what needs to happen. I'm like, shut the fuck up. But I think that you make a tremendous point, and I think that it is fear. And I think that people truly, they hide behind the things they're supposed to appreciate.
Yes.
And they use that as a prop for them to basically wiggle out of taking chances and risks.
More eloquently put than I was trying to say. Thank you.
But it's not too late. Like, that's how I don't think it's too late. And we tend to think like, oh man, if you're like into your 40s and pushing 50, it's too late for you.
You got to retire. You got all that stuff. Yeah.
I really like Stephen Pressfield. I don't know if you've ever read any of his books.
No.
He writes fiction. He also does a lot of like kind of self-help type stuff. But it's very practical, like hard advice. He wrote The War of Art. And I just read another book he wrote called Nobody Wants to Read Your Shit. And it's amazing. And he talks about his struggles. Listen, he wrote The Legend of Bagger Vance.
Okay.
Which wasn't published until he was 49.
Right.
He went on to write Gates of Fire. He's written screenplays. He does all these self-help books. I love his work. I think he's a great author. And his practical, like, no bullshit advice about writing and everything is, and really the creative process is amazing. I think I've listened to The War of Art like 6 times.
Ooh.
It's very short. Like, you can listen to it in a day. It's very, very short. And it's kind of like vignettes of nuggets of truth.
Okay.
So anybody that's out there, that's a recommendation for you. Stephen Pressfield, War of Art, Do the Work, and Nobody Wants to Read Your Shit. All great stuff. And make some great points and some tough love that I think a lot of us need to hear. But listen, man, for you and me especially, and this is for you and me, is that we are headed into our 50s. Like, we're headed towards it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is it. Like, this is it. Like, what I'm telling you is, when I say it's not too late, I say it's not too late, but the sand is running out of the hourglass. So if you or me are going to make any kind of impact with our work, and I mean our work, not somebody else's work.
Right.
The time is now. Like, this is the time. So that's a little kick in the ass for you and for me. And I'm already kicking myself in the ass every fucking day. And I'm not stopping, like, till I die. And am I afraid to fail? I guess, like, part of me is like, I think, like, my wife supports me and she sees me doing all this stuff. And it's like, when the person you love invests in you and they're like, they believe in you, and you're just like, fuck, I just don't want to let this person down.
Yeah. That's
I want to prove to them
totally true
that, like, their investment in me was worth it, that the payoff was there, that, like, I can buy them a Rolex, I can pay off their car. I can do whatever. I can contribute and prove that what I was chasing was worth it. And I think that fear rests with anybody that's in a relationship, especially a loving one. And it's the same for your kids. You don't want your kids to see you fail. But at the same time, just because you fail once doesn't mean you're going to fail twice or 3 times or 4 times. And maybe you fail 12 times. And maybe on the 13th time, that's when it hits. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of it comes down to how much do you want something? And this goes back to another book that I wrote, I didn't write it, book that I read, called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you look up any like top 10 business books, top 10 books on wealth, whatever, I promise you that book is on there. And I've read it 4 times. Maybe
it's from a long time ago, right? Is it from like the 30s
it's very old and it's amazing. It is like, and it really is. It's all about your subconscious. It's all about your desire ultimately, like how bad you truly want something. Right. And we all say we want things, right? We're like, oh no, I would love that. I would love that. Okay, what would you do to get it? Short of drinking baby blood and cutting off faces of children, if you believe in that sort of thing, maybe.
Hollywood.
Like, what are you going to do to get it? Like, and if the thing is like, well, I would do, it's like, okay, well, you get out, okay, next, what would you do? Okay, get out. Like immediately you need to have a plan. You need to say, well, I'll do what I need to do. I will put in the work. I will be persistent. I will be annoyingly persistent. You look at Tommy Wiseau, right? From The Room.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Like, dude, listen, like, I mean, for my money, he's not the talent that he thinks he is, but he was talented enough to make a name for himself.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't quit.
Hats off to that guy for sure. Yeah.
He was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just going to keep going. And he's still doing it. He still makes movies that nobody watches, but like, he's still doing it. Like, you have to give people props for that. Maybe he's not going to have the success of a Project Hail Mary, but I don't really think that's his ambition, to be honest with you.
No.
If he wanted that bad enough, he would try that. He would go for that, shoot for that kind of thing. But everybody has their own kind of, you have your own vision. You have your own offering. And that's what you should be chasing, what it is. I know what yours is. I know what you have.
Yeah.
Sucker Punch and Leroy and all the other things that you've created. Like that's where you reside. That's your vision board. Like that's your thing. That's what you have to offer. Yeah. I know what I have to offer, and it isn't everything, and they say like, thief is, or comparison is the thief of joy. I think that's very true, where you're like, well, if I'm not as successful as X, then I'll just rest comfortably here as Y, but if you don't chase it, and if you don't pursue the things that your heart like wants you to get out, then you're always going to feel less. You're always going to feel like, again, like to your point where it's like, you may sit there, at a little family gathering, talking to some new neighbor and how, I tried this and that and, it just didn't happen, but I got my family here and I love them and that's it. But in your head, you're lying to yourself. Yeah. You know that you're sitting here like, yeah, I could have worked harder, or I could have taken more risks, or I could have done this or that. I just didn't want to. I just didn't do it. Like at least be honest with yourself. And I'm not saying you specifically, but for those that like know that they could take the chance, know that they should have, just be honest and say you were too lazy and you were too afraid to do it, because that's really what it came down to.
Yeah.
That's what it was. You were too lazy. You were too comfortable with where you were. Mm-hmm. And you rationalize that as enough. And maybe for some select few, it is. Maybe the money and having the jet ski and, watching football all day on Sunday instead of working towards something else was worth it. And hats off to those people. Like, cool. That's not enough for me. But what's enough for you doesn't have to be what's enough for me. You have to define for yourself. And I think you got to be specific about it. I think one of the greatest tools people can do to reinvent yourself is to make a vision board. Yeah. And yes, I'm talking about those cheesy, I did mine in Photoshop because I can. But if you don't have Photoshop skills, that's fine. Just get a poster board and you can either cut out or print images of everything that you want your life to be.
I still have mine that I made like 15, almost 20 years ago.
You need to revisit, man. Make a new one. Seriously, I mean it. And I've done it to the point where I like even like I made like the physical body that I want, like how I want to look, realistically, like exactly like how I want to look there, where I want to live, what I want to drive. I have literal like my projects that I want to complete, show them completed. I put those in there. I do all of that. Like my philosophy, which I've stolen from from Joe Manganiello's workout book, which is an amazing workout book, by the way, which I used for years, is stack the deck. Stack the deck. Put everything in your favor. Like whatever you can, stack the deck. Whatever is going to work in your favor, put it in your favor. Whether it's making a vision board, whether it's making the smallest little incremental move towards your goal, just do it. Stack the deck. You're like making music. What do we got there?
It's stupid blue screen. So I got this book. It's just a plain brown. Stupid. The blue screen thing is screwing it up.
But yeah, I see it. It's got Garfield on it.
Just a brown thing. I bought stickers. It was just a plain blank notebook. I bought a bunch of stickers, and I use it to jot down my thoughts. And I doodle stuff. And some of the thoughts are about being like.
Does that say "make it, bitch"?
Make it better.
Oh, I thought it said make it, bitch.
It's like it's.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It's just anytime I'm feeling like I'm in a place of being, let's just say, cloudy about stuff, I write down my thoughts. I do doodles about things. It's turned into, and I've been using this regularly for, what are we in? March, since probably around Valentine's Day. And it has helped me tremendously. Tremendously in those times where I'm like having those stuck in those ruts and feeling like there's no time, or there's no time to do this, or no freedom to do this, or no money to do this, or no whatever to do this. No, man. Ooh, camera move. Because I think you agree with me. I feel like the universe, I know the universe, it is teed up to reward us for living our most authentic life. Right.
And I think just asking the universe for what you want.
Yeah.
I think we're afraid to do that.
And I think we also get confused when it doesn't happen the way we're asking for it to happen.
Sure.
Just ask for the thing and believe in the thing that you want, and leave it up to the universe as to the when, the when and the how, and sometimes even the where.
Yeah.
Focus on the why. Like you said, the why is the most important.
Why always matters.
Why always matters.
And yeah, like just asking for what you want is a great step forward into getting it. I think of the story of, it's just a brief thing of director Rennie Harlan. When he was young and up and coming, it was a producer, I believe, that was telling the story of how, he had met Rennie. He was really hungry, and he really wanted a Ferrari. He really wanted a Ferrari. And he was chasing, his dreams, and he did Nightmare on Elm Street 4, and it was a huge success. And the producer's like, and he got that Ferrari. And I think about that. I'm like, think about Rennie Harlan driving his Ferrari after directing the best of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, in my opinion. And it's like, that's a vision thing, though.
Yeah.
He saw it in his head. What did he want? He wanted a Ferrari.
Yeah.
He got a Ferrari. Like right now, I want a Ford Raptor R, which is a V8 engine with red trim, and I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. But that's the other thing is, this is a point I wanted to make earlier because we kind of got sidetracked a little bit, but when you want something, you'll do anything. And I don't mean, let's just sidestep all the bullshit that we would say. Oh yeah. Would you kill somebody? Would you do it? You would do what you, within legal means to get it. So when we think about, I can't quit my job because I have a family. I have bills. Okay. What if you were fired? What would you do then? Would you just, because you have two choices. You can just drop dead and fucking die, or you go figure out a way to make it work. So why could you not treat it that way?
Yeah.
Is it because, and I think pride gets in the way too. You're like, what? Oh, you're too good to deliver for DoorDash while you're trying to make your dreams come true. You're too good to work two jobs. You're too good to work, a daytime job at Lowe's and deliver pizzas at night. You can't hustle anymore. Is that what it is? You've gotten too old to hustle.
Yes.
I'm just correct.
Yes.
And I think of, I read Terry Crews's book about a year ago, and he had hit rock bottom after his football career.
Right.
And he was struggling to find work. And then he went to a temp agency and they sent him to this place to basically be a janitor for the day and mop floors. And he talks about how like he got there, it was humbling, but he got the mop, he got the bucket, he got all this stuff, and he mopped the floors. And he said, you know, at the end of the day, he was like, I looked out and I saw this floor that I had mopped, and it was sparkling clean. It looked great. And he's like, I had, for whatever reason, like he felt like, okay, this wasn't that bad. Like I mopped the floor. It looks amazing. I did a great job. That was a day's work. I got, you know, some money in my pocket. Okay. That's a start. Like it's a step, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not a step towards a janitorial career. It's a check the block for that day, you know, and you move on to bigger and better things. So I guess the end state of all of this is, I don't think it's too late to reinvent yourself or to change things. But I do think that you do hit a threshold at some point for many things. Sure. And I think that if you don't treat things like right now, and you're like, well, I'll get to it in a year, or I'll get to it in 5 years, or I'll get to it in 10 years, that time comes up very fucking quick.
Yeah.
So while I believe that you can reinvent yourself, that you can find success at any point in your life, I think that failing to act now is the worst mistake you can make. Because, you know, not doing it now turns into not doing it in a year, not doing it in 2 years, not doing it in 3 years. And by then, you're still stacking up excuses not to do it. And by then, you may well have convinced yourself that it's too late. And eventually, you will get to a point that it's too late. So I do think that there is a finality to that. You will get to a point that it's too late.
Sure.
Like that will happen. If you wait forever, I have it written here. Where is it? It's on my board right now. I have this written on my whiteboard. It says, if you give yourself forever to do something, you'll take forever to do it. And that is something that I live by. So, you know, think about that when you're thinking about what you want to do, what you want to be, if you want to reinvent yourself, and figure out for yourself, is it too late? And be honest with yourself.
And what would you do for that Klondike bar?
What would you do for a Klondike bar? Okay.
Just thinking of our audience, we're going to have 17 people sending us angry letters like, yeah, we quit our jobs, assholes.
Hey,
now
motherfucker. DoorDash fucking sucks. I don't know if I mentioned on the show, but I did Amazon delivery for a day.
Oh, really?
I
didn't know that.
Fucking hated it. It wasn't that I made $75, but I was like, this fucking sucks. Like, I'm not going to do this. Like, and I was just like, I'll just make a little extra money. You know, I'll hustle a little bit. But then I was like, I thought about the time, it was like a 5-hour block, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's 5 hours I just spent driving around, dropping off packages. I didn't get any work done.
Right.
I just drove like, nah, fuck that. No,
yeah.
I don't think so. It just wasn't, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze on that front. But that doesn't mean that I couldn't do or work like some silly job, you know, on the side to make a little extra scratch while I'm doing this other stuff. I can. It's just that I don't necessarily need to right now.
Yeah.
But I always say in the back of my head, I'm like, I will do whatever I have to survive. Like that's the end state reality. I'll do whatever I have to take care of my family. That's the reality too. So if it came down to it and they were like, and it was like, let's, you know, whatever, let's say my wife, she couldn't work or whatever. And it's like, I got to like kind of take over. I'll do what I have to do. I'll go work a 9-to-5 shit job that pays me a lot of money. I'll find something and I'll do it, for a little while, but, we will do that. Like as most people that have a family to take care of, you're going to do what you have to do to take care of your family.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not what you want to do, but you'll get there. You know, sometimes there's like a bridge between things, right? That, you just got to kind of, you got to cross it.
The bridges of Madison County.
And you're going to go fuck Meryl Streep.
Were there bridges in that movie?
Yeah. It's actually a good movie. Have you seen it before?
Not since I was a kid.
Really? See, I don't think it would resonate as much as a kid. It would resonate.
It was like an old person's movie when I was a kid, and I just never, you know.
If you watch it now, you're going to be like, fuck.
He's is it Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
And he
He's probably
directed it too.
He's probably younger than we were when he was making that movie.
Shit. Nah. They're still older. They're like in their 60s, like I think mid to late 60s. But yeah, but that's it's funny. Like you mentioned that as a joke, but that is a movie about Will taking a risk. Like they have this little love affair for a couple days. They fall deeply, passionately in love. She's this married woman with kids. Her husband's out of town. Never intended for this to happen. She's not like some harlot out, trolling for dick. And he's just a photographer. Like just happens to run into her. It's they just kind of and at that age, you're like, this is so amazing. Like this is a great, beautiful thing. Like I want to keep it going. But like she's got a family, she's got kids, she's got, a husband. And at the very end, he pulls his truck in front of her and he had already told her before, he's like, listen, I'll pull up. You could just run out, get in my truck. We'll drive off and do our thing. And she's like, got her hand on the doorknob, but she's like, like, am I going to go? Am I going to go? Am I going to go? And then she misses her window. He turns, drives off. And then they drive off and she starts crying and her husband's like, what's wrong? What the hell's wrong? And she's like, just don't ever ask me. I
know. I kind of want to watch the movie.
But it's like, it's a moment. You should. It's a really great movie. And it does speak about kind of fate and destiny and chance and risk and all that stuff, especially at that point, right? Like you're into your twilight years and it's like, would she give up her kids? Would she necessarily have to give up? Like there's so much in the air because it's a risk, it's a chance. And spoilers, she doesn't take it, but that the love that they had still existed. It still happened. But who knows? Who knows what it would have been had she gotten in, and that's what you think about. You think, well, what if?
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
So anyways, quit your job.
Okay.
And chase your dreams.
I'll be right back.
Where are you going? Get back here.
I'm going to quit my job and chase my dreams.
You should. I've quit multiple. I've quit every job I ever had. Let's think about that for a second.
Yeah, that's true.
I either quit or I was fired. And I quit tremendous jobs. I'm writing a book, about my experiences of working at Joe Blow and Screen Rant, and I quit both of those jobs. I quit. And there's, a big reason for it.
Don't spoil it for me. I'm only on chapter 9.
I thought you were still there. It's funny. I still get emails from people like reps and shit that still think I'm editor-in-chief of JoeBlow.com. I'm like, bro, it's been like 10 years. Like, what the fuck?
I'll get I'll get people that find my personal email address and be like, hey, I'm with such and such an agency. My client would love to work on a new episode of Puppy Dog Pals. I'd be like, first of all, how did you get my personal email address? Also, they stopped producing that show like 5 years ago.
Yeah, like what the fuck? It's amazing how like some of the reach outs that you get, you're just like, what? Like, who do you think I am at this point? Like, no. But look, I will say this. I'm not gonna tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. I'm just gonna say, maybe ask yourself, like, how much time do you think you have left to do the things you want to do? And what's truly stopping you from doing it right now? And if it's fear, that's something that you really need to conquer.
And that's okay, but it gets heavier the older you get. So
it does. And that's
that
why I say
weight gets heavier and heavier. Yeah.
And that's why I say act now. Don't wait. If you think it's going to be easier when you have a family or easier when you have kids, you're dead fucking wrong. That's why I always say youth is wasted on the young, because, when we're young, we don't realize how much freedom we actually have to really capitalize on things, and that's not to like diss on families and kids and all other stuff. It's just, they take your time. That's the reality. They're going to take your time. You're going to love it. You're going to have tremendous life-changing experiences you wouldn't trade for the world, but that is a reality of it. That is the trade-off.
Yeah.
But then they're going to leave you again.
Yep.
And when they leave you and they're gone and you've built your whole existence around, just being a mom or dad, you're left with yourself. And what are you going to do? You're just going to pine for your kids all day. Like, remember that you at one point were a childless person that had dreams and goals and all this other stuff. And you could say, well, I'm a parent now. And that doesn't absolve you from dreaming. There's, massively successful people all over the world that have hordes of children. I think a lot of people, they use that as an excuse not to do what they want. So get out there and do it.
Welcome back to MidMen.
Welcome back, you fucking losers. Just kidding. I'm teasing.
Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Don't give up. Yeah.
I honestly, like, truly, I am a champion for the people. That is the truth.
Yes.
I want people to win. Like, yes. I truly do. Like, that is the person that I am. Like, I want people to win. I want them. You think we watch movies, I'm reading Joseph Campbell's The Hero with 1,000 Faces right now, which is all about our mythology. There's like this human mythology that we carry with us through religion and time and everything. And that is what we want. We want the hero's journey. We want to see people struggle. And through that struggle, we want to see them end up on top. We want to see them become the champions of their journey. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want for everybody.
Yep.
Like, jump through the fire and come out the other end. That's what I want. Hopefully you're not burned too badly. Let's play a game. You want to play a game?
Let's play a game.
I got a game. We're going to play Too Late or Not Too Late.
Okay. Too late.
So I'm just going to ask, and then I'll answer as well.
Okay.
Now this is just silly and fun, but it might spark some, fun little follow-ups. Okay. So, but yeah, it's just a silly little fun game. Hang on, let me get this so that I can see you. I need to see your face. Well, there we go. There you are, pretty boy.
Aw. Hey, good looking.
Hey, fancy fella. We don't call each other fancy enough. You are fancy.
You're fancy. Well, stand back from it. Let me get a look at them slacks.
Let me get a look at you. Look at that there.
Need a tall drink of water.
I'll drink you in. I drank your milkshake.
Dooba-dooba-dooba. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. All right, here we go. All right, the MidMen quiz. Just rattle this off.
Yeah.
You're going to answer first. Is it too late? Number 1, to work at McDonald's.
Yes.
You couldn't work at McDonald's?
No.
Why not?
I've worked in food jobs before. They're not great. And I don't really eat at McDonald's. I've been, some of the McDonald's around here have gotten kind of janky. Like, it's not the McDonald's we grew up with, that's for sure.
Jake Donald's.
Yeah, Jake Donald's. So no, I would not. It is too late. Yeah. You?
I mean, I tend to agree. I wouldn't want. Is it too late? That I couldn't? Not necessarily, but I mean, a late 40s guy showing up with a job application to McDonald's. I don't think that's particularly like, oh, hey, let's get you a hat and shirt and get you on fries.
It's like, wait, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's like, are you a pedophile? Are you convicted? Are you on a work release? You're like, no, man, I just want to work at McDonald's. I don't think they believe me. Number 2, or I'll just say next. I'm not going to number them. Become a commercial airline pilot.
Not too late. That'd be awesome.
I mean, it would probably take, like 5 years maybe to like learn all that and to actually get the job to become an airline pilot. So
sure. Yeah.
I mean, Sully was like 70 and when he was fucking landing into the Hudson, right? Like something like that.
Yeah. I think those jobs are probably way more exhausting than we think they are. But if that was something that I had to do and I was able to do it and then I got a job and I was flying and seeing interesting cities, even if it was just for pit stops and stuff like that, that would be a cool, just to be up in the sky and seeing it from a cockpit like that would just be, I've always.
Pretty wild.
Yeah. I'd love to. Sign me up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's too late. Not at our age.
No.
But I don't think, it would be an investment. You would have to really want it.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, join the army.
Too late.
It's actually, for you and me, it is 100% too late.
Yeah.
Even with them reversing the age thing, they're like, oh yeah, now you can come in if you're like 43 and if you smoked weed once, or if you have a one weed conviction, you could join. And I'm like, shit, I'm even out of that window.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't go back if I wanted to.
I mean, I don't know if there was like some sort of role where it was like some sort of, you're a consultant for blank, like some, office-y type job or some sort of like, yeah, we need you to just, I don't even know what it would be. It's like, I'm struggling to find out what it could be.
They're not going to send us to the front line, I think, at this point. Like, it's like you watch like some of the World War II movies, like John Wayne always looked like perpetually 50, even when he was 20. Yeah. He just always looks so old. So it's like, you tend to have that vision in your head, or even like Saving Private Ryan, like, Tom Sizemore, Tom Hanks, they look old as fuck.
Yeah.
And they probably were about our age in that movie. They're meant to look kind of ragged.
But if it was like, hey, you want to be like the manager of the all-army baseball team or something like that, like, sure, sign me up.
No, this is frontline shit, Sean. You're not getting out of it.
Then unfortunately, it's too late for me.
It is too late. Jump out of a plane. And I know you've already done it, and I've absolutely
done it together. Yeah.
But is it too late to jump out of a plane now?
It is not too late, but I don't have a desire to do it anymore.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
I would do it. I think if my son wanted to do it, I would jump with him.
Same. I could be coaxed into doing it if my kids were wanting to do it. Yeah.
I think if it were my kids or like my brothers or a close friend was like, hey, yeah, let's do it. But I mean, you and I checked that block before I was even being paid to do it. So yeah. And my wife says she has no desire to ever do it. So
that was what?
I'm a little bit relieved.
Yeah.
It was 2024.
Yeah. So that was a while ago.
A couple decades ago. Old as dirt. Have you seen, I know you've seen them, but I have to ask, the memes where they show somebody going up there say, hey, what year were you born? And as soon as they go 19, it cuts right to Jurassic Park music and shows a bunch of dinosaurs. They go, hey, what year were you born? You go 19, then it cuts and it goes dun, 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 shows dinosaurs roaming. And then they have them too, where they're like, hey, what year were you born? They say 2000, and then it shows the Hannah Montana opening. It cuts right to that. That's pretty funny.
Kids. Funny. These kids today.
These kids. Okay, next one. Hike the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Oh, definitely not too late.
Okay, I agree. We're actually, and that's kind of one of those things I think you're actually in peak. Maybe not peak, but you're pretty close to peak condition for doing that. At least we are, because we're badasses. Next one. Become president.
Not too late.
It's not too late. We can still do it.
Yeah.
How crazy would it be if one of us became president?
Oh, well, if one of us became president, the other one would have to be vice president.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's a give. There's a pact. Handshake.
That's it.
Virtual handshake. So, there we go.
Whoever becomes president, the other will become vice president.
Yep.
We're going to fucking turn this country around. That's what every president says. And we're only going to go to war with like 5 places. I'm actually going to promise war, promise taxes, promise inflation. I'm going to promise all the bad stuff. So then when it doesn't happen, it'll be like, things worked out pretty well, huh?
We're going to go to war.
I thought all this bad stuff was going to happen and none of it did.
We'll only go to war with places we haven't gone to war with yet.
Canada, you're on the fucking roster.
Canada and New Jersey.
Next one, start a YouTube channel.
Not too late.
That's definitely not. I think you could start a YouTube channel. Like that's one of the things I think you could start like on your deathbed in the nursing home.
Yeah. I mean, YouTube is it's the largest entertainment company in the world.
Yeah. And I have a YouTube channel already. So
yeah.
Done. Next, get in the best shape of your life.
Not too late.
It's not too late.
Nope.
In fact, I think it's more stacked in your favor the older you get. There is a threshold. There is a threshold. But I think a lot of it depends on what kind of shape you've been in throughout your life.
Sure. Yeah.
So if you're like a peak, Olympic level athlete, probably you're not, that would have been the best shape of your life. You've already
Correct.
kind of
Yeah.
checked that block.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, you kind of learn and grow as you get older. And, quite a few people turn things around. Like, well, I ate like shit. I didn't really know what I was doing exercise wise.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get older, you get a little wiser, and you kind of dial that shit in.
Yeah.
So I think it's absolutely something you can do. Next, learn how to fight, such as boxing or Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Oh, never too late. Never too late.
No, it's never too late. I've been in martial arts for the last 2 decades. I just quit Kung Fu, and I'm getting ready to start another martial arts. So the journey continues. So there's this place. One of the reasons I'm leaving Kung Fu is I just kind of got tired of it. It was fun. It was a great experience. But I just didn't feel like it was going to take me where I wanted to go.
Sure.
In terms of like what I really wanted to learn and grow with. So this place I found, it's like 5 minutes from my house.
Nice.
I didn't even know it was here. And they have Krav Maga, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kickbox or Muay Thai, heavy bag work. And I'm like, bro, you guys have everything that I want right now. So it's like, I'm going to start doing that.
Cool.
I'm just waiting for, I think my Kung Fu people are mad at me. So I've emailed them and texted them that I was leaving and they haven't even responded. So they're probably like, fuck you. Like, you kiss my ass, but I just need to get confirmed so they don't like charging me next month. And I don't want to start paying for the next one. Okay. Next one, go back to college.
I mean, no, it's not too late. I don't know. I mean, I think in this point in my life, it would be only for some specific experience.
Yeah.
Like take a class on whatever.
Yeah. I don't think I would go back pursuing a degree because a degree I don't think is going to serve me.
Yeah.
To be honest. But I think this is where, college is kind of at this point in your life, like you can go and learn new shit. Like if you just want to learn something.
Yeah.
Not so much like, oh, I need to learn it to get a degree, but no, I just want to learn it.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to it at all. No.
Yeah. I mean, Rodney Dangerfield went back.
Yeah. Yeah. Back to school, man. He won that diving contest. What was it? Triple gainer or something? What was that?
Okay. So, piggybacking off of that, become a professional athlete.
No, it's not too late.
I mean, it would depend on the sport.
Sure, of course, yeah.
Could you be like a professional cornhole player without arms and legs that kills your best friend in the car with a gun? Sure. Have you heard this story?
No.
You have one?
No.
I love this. This is one of my favorite things about Sean. He's kind of a Martian sometimes because he's not invested in all the news. So this quadriplegic professional level cornhole player. He has no arms and no legs.
And how
shot? This story just gets crazier. Shot a friend of his in their car with a pistol twice in the head and then sped off with his body in the car. Think about those two things. He shot him twice, then drove off. He has no arms. He has no legs.
How did I feel like this is one of those like you're in a
this
room
is not a riddle. I'm not trying to trick you. It is 100% true. And so they showed there's like the dude's he's been arrested. Of course, he couldn't.
Did this happen in Florida?
He couldn't run away. But like, I guess he's been a quadriplegic for a long time. So, they could kind of like move all the little things that they have. Like he still has like flippers.
So I'm trying to imagine like,
but they showed video of him shooting a gun with his little flippers where he was like,
but like the friend who got shot, like that wasn't something that was just like, you're not like Johnny Quick Draw, like in the Wild West like, where it's like,
what the fuck did you say to me?
I mean, was the friend just like, oh, look at you trying to hold a gun? That's
you're like, gonna shoot.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Like, how does that work?
And then he drives off. I mean, I read that story. I was like, wait, he shot his friend. He drove away. He has no arms and no legs. Like, well, how did this happen?
That is,
it is just so crazy.
Okay.
It's like, the dude Oscar Pistorius, the guy that had the amputee
runner.
that killed his wife or girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
You're just like, what the fuck? Like, you tend to think like people like that would be like the most gracious and nice and humble. And I'm like, bro, like, they're fucking angry.
Sometimes I wonder if news stories like this are just to see if people are paying attention.
They're like, hey, did we send the quadriplegic story out? Yes, we did. Everybody's talking about it. I just heard it on the MidMen podcast this morning when I was driving into the CIA headquarters.
Nice.
It's working. They're like, good. Well, our alien stuff is going to go off with a hitch, guys. I'm feeling good about it.
Well done, Johnson. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna skip around here. So we got good timing. We're in good timing.
Yeah,
so.
we're in good spot.
Some of these are kind of dumb though. Learn a new language fluently.
Oh, that again, I don't think for most of these, I don't think it's too late for anything. But that takes time. And I feel like learning a new language, the older you get, the harder it gets.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, honestly. I think
habits or
habits. I've also heard like just brain studies that say like if you're going to learn something like a new language and a new means of communication, like if you're learn it young.
Well, that's like Ben Affleck. He speaks fluent Spanish.
Yeah.
Because he shot like some baseball movie in Mexico when he was a kid. And he said he was there for the whole summer and he just like decided to learn the language.
Yeah.
And now, like you see, he'll do interviews in Spanish.
Yeah.
Which is pretty interesting.
Well, like here, I didn't take my mother was from Germany, but I didn't take a foreign language until high school. Right. And then, but my cousins who were from Germany, born in Germany, they took English and French and stuff like that when they were like 6 years old in school, they started.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it sounds daunting at my age. Like, to jump between to speak French. Okay, let's move to Deutschland. Let's move to this next language. Like, how do you just how do you just jump to that? You know,
right.
Like my brain tries to like wrap around that. And it's like, nah, fam.
Yeah.
That said, like, you know, I spent 2 years taking Spanish. I actually Spanish is pretty easy. That's just the reality.
Right.
It's not a difficult language. But we're going to go to Japan later this year. And, you know, I have the AirPods so I could do like the translation thing.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, but it'd be nice to just be able to like know the basics.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm definitely going to, but we'll see. Here we go. Write and publish a book.
Not too late.
It's not too late. You can do it.
Someone's doing it.
Well, I mean, we both have. So
someone's doing it as we speak.
Become a stand-up comedian. I mean, just ask my wife. I'm totally a stand-up comedian.
Hi, Maria. Yeah, no, it's not too late.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, Dangerfield was out there doing that shit. Shit, even Andrew Dice Clay's still going out there doing that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck crazy, bro. Isn't it? It's crazy how many comedians overdose. What's that all about? Why are comedians overdosing all the time?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Maybe it's murder.
You think you're funny? You got another
funnier than me.
Here.
Yeah.
Good job, Johnson. Learn to play guitar well. This is something I actually want to do.
And you should.
I have not done it.
You should. I play guitar moderately well, I would say. I can play chords no problem, and I can play some basic riffs for you. But there is there's a science and a philosophy, and it takes a lot of patience. So if you're trying to learn like Eric Johnson level licks, you really have to have patience with it. And so you're not too old, but there is sort of like next level stuff on guitar that I feel like you probably should have been learning at a much younger age. But to just learn some chords and be able to, you know, sing your Kumbaya and play along with some songs on the radio, man, like it's never too late. Go for it.
And that's the thing is like, I'm not trying to be Zakk Wylde in an Ozzy Osbourne cover band. Yeah. Like, I just think it would be fun to play. Like, I just think it would be just a fun thing. I don't know why. I can't explain it really. Yeah. But it's funny because this morning I saw Kevin O'Leary, the guy from Businessman from Shark Tank and also Marty Supreme. And he plays the guitar, and he was showing video of him. He's like, all it's like at this age, all I really want to do is find time to play my guitar, like an hour a day. And he's just like standing on his like porch playing the guitar. And it was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I will say, because we both love music. We both love music in all forms. I started learning to play guitar when I was 17, maybe 16, 17. And it changed my life to not only just love music, but then to also have this vessel to create music. And then, the older I got, I learned I learned how to play the drums a little bit. And then I started to get to dabble into like score composing and stuff like that. And it unlocks this wonderful side of your creativity. And it's super gratifying. Like, it's almost like instant gratification sometimes, where like if you can just sit down and play along with a 3-minute song and hit all the chords, you hit that last one and you're just like, oh my God, you're tingling through your whole body. It's this whole other level of
That's how I feel when I play Rock Band.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero.
Heck yeah, man. 100%.
I don't know. Maybe Guitar Hero was part of that too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause that was really fun, but like,
Guitar Hero was really fun. Yeah.
It's so weird how that just died. Like at 1 minute, it was like the coolest thing. Like people were having Guitar Hero parties. I went to Guitar Hero parties, and then nothing.
Yeah,
people were like, "Fuck that shit! Don't even talk to me about playing Guitar Hero. I'll kill you."
Yeah,
it's so weird.
That was a fun game.
Next one: reconnect with an old friend.
Never too late.
It's never too late. Give him a call.
Yeah.
Fix your relationship with your kid.
Never too late. Keep fighting.
I'm guessing it's never too late. I mean, I hope I don't get to that point, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's, I can't say that's, again, it's never too late. I can't say that's true for all relatives or friends or things like that. But if it's your own kid, like, heck yeah, fight for that relationship.
Yeah. Next one, start investing seriously.
Never too late. I should have started this when I was 20 and not in my 40s, but
yeah. So, I mean, I started in my 30s, but again, I remember I really started learning in my 30s.
Yeah.
And it pissed me off more than anything, where I was like, why did nobody ever tell me this?
Yeah.
Like no one ever told me this. And that's why I make it like a point to tell friends and to tell my son. Like I'm raising my son to be 1,000 times smarter than me on that stuff. And he so he's gotten to the point where he does paper trading, like day trading, to learn how to do it, how to be a day trader. And I have him come to my financial meetings, been setting up his account, showing him how to work it and everything. So it's not too late. Okay. But just like kind of like the be a professional athlete thing, there's a line.
If you're looking for a certain level of returns, for sure, right?
Yeah. If you're 70 years old and you think, hey, you know what, maybe I should start investing. The odds are not in your favor unless you have somebody on the inside that's going to really make it happen for you. Doing it on your own, at that point, like it will be a rare case that you're able to like really turn some money around.
Give Nancy Pelosi a call.
Yeah. Start as early as you can. What? And I really mean that. Where was I? Oh, here we go. Well, I mean, this is for a lot of us. Buy your first house.
Never too late.
It's never too late. I'm on my third house. Pretty happy with this one.
Yeah, you got a nice spot there.
I like it.
Yeah.
Really been working on my movie room, like really trying to zhuzh it up.
Nice. Zhuzh away.
Zhuzh away. Now here's one. This is an interesting one. Quit drinking.
Yeah, I hope it's never too late.
I actually quit drinking this year. It's been pretty great.
Amazing.
I'm
nice.
Not drink at all this year, and I'm not going to. It's actually been really. I've no regrets.
Yeah.
There was a point there where I was having like 2 or 3 drinks a night, and I just don't. I don't need that. It's expensive.
It is expensive.
You're putting poison in your body that your body's got to deal with the next day. And the truth is, I was rarely ever hungover, but I always felt like off, like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.
And then just from a health standpoint, in terms of like the amount of calories, sugar, all that other shit that you're putting in your body,
Yeah.
like, bro, you're just pissing away. Like, why bother going to the gym? Like,
Yeah.
I basically I was working out to stay neutral or
Yeah.
to basically stop myself from going over the edge. So, but now
No,
no
yeah.
drinking. Shit, dude.
Similar. My wife and I
Amazing.
the same over the last year, maybe like maybe closing in on 2 years. It wasn't a conscious, like, let's just stop, but it was just one day we both realized, like, haven't had a drink in a while, like, and in that moment it was like, and I haven't had a drink in a while and don't really feel like having one right now, so it just kind of became this thing that petered off. And occasionally, like, if we go out, like, for example, we went out to dinner with her, with my mother-in-law and her boyfriend and our kids and stuff, and it was this really nice Mexican restaurant. And so what'll usually happen is my wife will be like, do you want to share a margarita? And so we just share like a small something, and you know
Yeah.
that's basically it for the next 6 months. Like, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
just super, super, super special occasions, I guess, now, if anything.
Yeah, I feel like, I'm just kind of in a
Yeah.
place right now where like I've drank every drink, I've
Mm-hmm.
eaten every donut, I've had. I'm at a point now where it's like it's time to just think about my health and my
Yeah.
welfare rather than
Yeah.
these little imbibing in all these little treats, like that's basically serving to give me dopamine hits or some
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
of high. Like, I've treated food and drink like that for far too long, and I've had highs and lows in my fitness levels. And it's like,
For sure.
I'm turning the corner here and I want to be at my best into this, basically kind of like the last third of my life. Like I want to
Yeah.
be at peak, or at least, very, very strong,
Yeah.
standing. And I just can't really make room for that. And some people are like, well, that sounds like you're getting fucking old. And I'm like, yeah, well, you know what? I probably should have done that in my fucking 20s. So whatever. Grow your hair out or shave it all off.
I would never choose to shave it all off.
Would you though, if you started to go bald?
I would try it once, yeah, just to see if I could rock that.
If it happened to me and I went like lost all my hair at the top, I would absolutely shave it and I would grow my beard like extra long to make up for it. So
Sure.
I've had a big, neatly trimmed, but big
Yeah.
beard
Yeah.
and a shaved head.
Yeah.
Exactly what I would do. I'd go full Viking.
Nice.
And I've already grown my hair long. Maybe I'll do it again, but I don't know. It's a
Seen
lot
it.
of work.
I've
It's a
seen
lot
it.
of work to maintain long hair.
It is. It is.
Learn to cook really well.
No, I think cooking is an art form that you are improving every time you do it in a way. Like, I don't think it's something you ever become perfect at. I think you can always learn a new way, a better way, a more efficient way, a healthier way, more creative way, simpler way. I think there's always something you can learn and improve on when it comes to cooking.
I feel like I've turned a corner in terms of like I have a lot of staples.
Mhm.
Like it's not like some people are just like, well, I just cook one good thing. I feel like I can cook multiple things, but I would like to learn to cook more. And I've
Yeah.
always been interested in that in general. But at this point, like I'm really focused on eating better, not
Mhm.
just making
Yeah.
a whole bunch of shit that just like, hey, whatever ingredient it calls for, you just have it.
Yeah.
Like I'm more like, well, like I'm looking for protein dense meals,
Yeah.
that are lower in fat and lower in carbs. And like, that's kind of what I'm looking at. So,
Yeah.
but it's, it's good to learn new things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
To cook. Run a marathon.
Never too old. Never too old.
That's too late for me. I ain't fucking doing it.
I'm not volunteering for anything.
I already did half marathons, and dude, those were monsters, dude. Like 13 miles is a long fucking run. And when I was in the military, we ran every fucking day. So
Yeah, when
I'm
we
not
were
doing it.
When we were in North Carolina, we did a 5K mud run thing where it was 5Ks, but it was there were several obstacles, like swinging from a rope from plank to plank, or climbing the rope net, or trudging through this like muddy hole where you're like waist deep in mud and sludge, and then also running out into the sound to pound a buoy, and then like stretch back, and then like at the end you had to climb a rope and whack a bell on top of a tree. So by the end you're just kind of like, holy shit! Like I've never been more exhausted in my life. And it was cool. It was a cool experience. I'm thankful I completed it. But that's not something where I'm like, let's do it again.
Join the army and go do the obstacle courses there. That's what we did.
That's what it felt like for sure. Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm skipping around here as we get to the end. Here's an interesting one. And I know that, wives listen and stuff. So this is, again, this is just hypothetical. Fall in love again.
Oh, never.
I could never fall in love again. Ever.
Well, Bridges of Madison County, right? We go back to that. Like I think in life, you just never know. I think you can, be happily and forever committed in a relationship, in a loving relationship, but still connect with other people, and sometimes connect on, surprisingly different levels that,
Sure.
I think life can always take you by surprise in that respect. So yeah, technically speaking, it's never too late to fall in love again, but I'm not looking for that.
Yeah.
on the record, I'm not looking to do that.
On the record, it could happen, but if it does, I would shoot myself in the head. Yeah, I think we are complex creatures, and throughout time, throughout your lives too. I think that sometimes things just happen. Some people, sometimes you grow apart, sometimes you grow together. But I think that love can just kind of come to you. It just kind of interrupts your life.
Mm-hmm.
I've been married twice, and I'm not trying to get married a third time.
On the record, but it's all energy, right?
But you just never know. Like let's say hypothetically, like your spouse dies, or maybe they move on. Maybe they decide, hey, I'm out of here. Fuck you.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like, and you're left with yourself. Like, could I fall in love again? Sure, I have the propensity to do it. But, I think that you do get to a point where it's like you find somebody, you invest in somebody, and, so long as like if you're growing together and you're still aligned and you still feel that for each other, it becomes it does take a different shape, but I think that it can also be something that's much more rewarding.
Right.
And I think that's what kind of the Bridges of Madison County thing is like, look, they had this 4-day fling, right? And it was beautiful, and they truly felt these magical feelings, which we tend to feel in the early days. But who's to say what their relationship would have been?
Yeah.
When you're, once they moved in or started living together, and, she's missing her kids, and there's a whole other slew of drama that comes with that. But that's the complexity of love. That's the complexity of relationships, is that, it's not an easy thing. Like, just moving on to the next one. It's always fraught with pain and longing and all this other stuff. It's never just a simple thing. So
I heard this question asked. I wanted to say it was the Joe Rogan podcast. This was a number of years ago, though. But there was this doctor, because it was like a very hangout show. But there was this doctor that was on there, like relationship expert kind of person, who posed the question: if you were the person you are now, and an older version of you came from the future and let you know that the person you're with is not going to be the last person you ever sleep with, would you think that you cheated, or would you think your spouse cheated? Would you think that your spouse died? Like, what conclusion would you immediately draw? Or what would be the first conclusion you draw?
Are we not allowed to ask our future self those follow-up questions?
Nope. That's all
they
you
just
know.
Show up like that guy in the kitchen from that skit. Like, hey,
eggs are bad.
You're going to sleep with somebody else.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
Because the point of it was, and it's a little bullshitty, but the point of it was to kind of expose how secure you were in your relationship, right? So if that was all you knew, would you think that it was your spouse that cheated? Would you think you cheated, or would you think that you and your spouse are no longer together for some reason, whether they passed away or you separated? Like,
of course you would think about that, right? Like that's just natural pattern of thought. It's like some random future you shows. First off, your brain's already gonna be mush because you just talked to your future self. But you know, it's all an exercise really just to see how you would react.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think for most people, well, you can't really say for most people. Who knows? I think everybody would react in however they're going to react to that situation. Yeah. But I don't think there is any definitive way or any definitive answer to what you would actually think, because the bottom line is you don't know.
Yeah.
So you'd probably be more guarded, I guess, like as time went on. Like that chick at the wherever place, she seemed to be really into me. Maybe she's the one. Like maybe you start to think
this is what future Paul warned me about. Yeah.
Or you see like your wife, you know, hey, I'm going for an extra golf lesson this week. You're like, that's third one this week. What's the guy's name again?
Since when do men play ladies golf? Yeah.
Okay, just a couple more. Learn to dance.
Never too late. But I'm already an expert dancer, so
you are. I've seen you do big booty hose dance on a stage.
Yeah, I did it. I've danced a lot. I like dancing. It's fun.
I do too. You know what? I want to learn
the Rockwell shuffle.
Yeah, did I already say that? Oh yeah, I talked about that. I still want to. I haven't though. I haven't practiced.
Rockwell shuffle.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah,
it would be cool to be able to do that. And I think that you could, but I think you really do have. At first, I was like, I could probably learn this in like a couple days, but
he's like when Fred Flintstone used to run in the air with his feet off the ground. It's like it's that, but graceful and cool. Where it's like it looks like his feet aren't even in touching the ground. Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, like, I don't see other people necessarily able to do that. Like, I don't see. Like he's the only one I see doing that. So it would be cool to learn. Mm-hmm. Start over in a new city.
Never too late.
Never too late.
Yeah.
You guys are in South Carolina, right? Or was it North Carolina?
North Kakalaki.
North Kakalaki.
Yeah.
And now you're back in California.
California way, yeah.
Let's see here. Last one. Create something that outlives you.
Oh, that's an awesome one. Never too late. So I guess especially the older you get, you create something when you're 95, your odds are pretty good that it's going to outlive you, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's kind of the goal, right? Like for anything that we create, hope it.
Legacy.
But I mean, you look at like a lot of, you know, how like each generation gets a little more nostalgic and they pull back stuff from, you're like, oh my God, that's like so old.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if like kids from this current generation, they grew up with puppy dog pals.
Sure.
When they are grandparents.
Yeah.
Would be like, oh, I need to show you guys what I used to watch and put on episodes of Puppy Dog Pals. And who knows what happens from there?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? So I'm not saying it's going to last 1,000 years, but I mean, couple hundred maybe. That's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, we've brought up dozens of tangents on this show and in our own conversation and friendship about like some random thing that we discovered or like random thing that we remembered from our childhood. And then you go back and you look up what that is. And it's like, oh, this random thing was this like once in a lifetime accident that this dude created who shouldn't have even been able to create, like, and there's always some, you know, ridiculous story attached to it where, you know, who knows what any idea or any inkling of an idea or any experience could lead to.
Yeah. Yeah. You really don't, you know, like my example earlier of Andy Weir, you know, just writing his little fun sci-fi shit, trying to give it away for free. Yeah. And now he's got 2 massive blockbuster movies under his belt.
Yeah.
That I'm sure he was not like, well, I'm going to Ridley Scott direct one, and then Phil Lord and Chris Miller are going to direct one, and it's going to be huge. Like, he was just doing his thing.
Yeah. Do you remember Barnyard Commandos? There were these action figures in late 80s, early 90s where it was I think it was the sheep versus the pigs or something like that. And they were dueling war factions.
Familiar.
So you had like a sheep with like a rocket launcher backpack kind of thing. And there were these like cartoony.
Familiar.
Yeah, so it's a very short-lived toy line because I think they were trying to cash in on like Ninja Turtles, like, oh, let's do our own creatures battling each other thing. And it came and went overnight. But it left such an impression on me back in the day where I was like, that was a really cool thing. And I had a couple of those figures. And recently one of these upstart toy manufacturing business bought the rights to that brand, and they're going to re-release like a whole new line of those toys, mainly for collectors. So like updated versions of all those old characters and stuff like that.
Dude, these are cool.
Right? Yeah.
I'm looking at them right now. Like,
so it's like, you never know. You never know what's going to stick with somebody.
Those are so fun. Like, right. I'll be honest with you. If I saw those in a store today, I'll probably buy some.
Right?
Yeah, I must have missed them. What year did they come out?
I don't know.
Was it the same year as Turtles? Or right around the 90s?
Barnyard Commandos.
Those are cool.
It's a good reminder to just not be a douchebag, because that might be the only the only experience that you leave on a particular person or situation.
What does that have to do with Barnyard Commandos?
1989. No, what I'm talking about is you never know like what's going to stick with somebody and affect them and something that they're going to carry for years and years and years. 1989 Playmates.
Wow.
So yeah, it was right at the early stages of Ninja Turtles.
Oh, so they have like, I'm seeing like they have these premium. It's okay. They've redone them a couple times.
Yeah.
These are fucking cool. Sergeant Woolly Pullover, Private Sight of Bacon, Major Legger Mutton, Corporal High on the Hog. What the fuck? Great.
Yeah, fun, right?
More shit for me to buy.
More shit for you to buy.
Pretend I didn't see those. So that is going to wrap it up for us for the return of MidMen. Season 2, Sean.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah, we'll probably be on the same kind of schedules we did last year. I think we get out a decent amount of episodes for everybody. Try and stay consistent so you guys can continue to join us.
Yeah.
But wherever you're listening, give us a review. Give us 5 stars. 5 stars.
5 stars.
Always helps. But it's good to be back. And I will say, if there's topics that anybody does want us to cover, you can always, jump in on X or wherever and just let us know. Otherwise, we're just going to come up with our own topics, and that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Next
thank you for joining us.
Barnyard Commandos.
Whole episode about Barnyard Commandos. It's fucked up. I could probably do that. This one's cool. Look what it does. It'll be fun. I love toys way too much. That's one that you're never too old for toys.
Never too old for toys. Perfect.
There it is. All right.
All right.
Thanks. And we will see you guys next time.
Peace out.